guys were all gathered around the top of the hole, Marigold had just said something about being able to possibly speak with the dead goblin, and you were deciding, but she couldn't do it till tomorrow, because she has to ask Tritherion very nicely if he will allow her to do that. So, you were, I think, trying to figure out or make a decision on where you wanted to camp for the night. Up top or down below?
Yeah. As far as where to spend tonight, before we do this whole message thing, Marigold, or what is it? You speak with the dead. We're probably gonna want to hunker down for the night. And I mean, it's safer in here than it is out there. But I think being in the hole, it's a single point of entry that's a lot easier to watch.
Single point of entry.
Whereas, I don't know, I imagine a wolf could probably climb over one of these fences if it was big enough.
But it also doesn't give us many places to run.
That's kind of true. I'm with Rush here, I think. I mean, we go down below, there's all those corpses, too, when,
That's not a very fun place to spend the night, I agree. But there are beds.
Yeah, those
there
bodies
are
all
beds.
dead.
There's blood over half of the beds.
Well, you a little spit shine and clean them off. It's no big deal.
So then we'll be sleeping in spit and blood? Can we sleep somewhere where there's no bodily fluids? I mean, I'm used to it, but still.
Look for a place anywhere nearby where there isn't some kind of remnant of something, and because there's just death everywhere up here.
So are you saying you don't want to go run off and find Ned this moment?
I don't have it in me to survive a minute in those woods.
I mean, it has only been like an hour, even less so, right? Since we found out that Ned vanished on us?
Yeah, but...
But, I mean, I don't think we're in the right state.
Yeah, I don't think we're ready to go out and find him.
I'm sorry, guys. Is that one of you?
What?
Does anybody else hear an ice cream truck jingle?
No.
You know, there's a very...
I'm sorry. I thought it maybe was coming over one of
There's
your...
a very scary episode of The Twilight Zone with that, just so you know.
We all hear it. It's like the wolves.
Yeah. No, I think
driving us mad.
I think it's just you.
Alright, well, it's summer up here, right? It's kind of warm, Gore?
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
And we do have watchtowers.
And it is dark, because it's kind of evening.
It is dark, yes. But of course, there is a clearing here, so you've got the, a semi-full moon and some starlight above that does kind of bathe the area with a little bit of light for sure.
Alright, well, I say we stay up here. Can we get some heals spread throughout the party, just so we can be... Because I'm not very good right now.
You don't look great. What? Let me see.
Yeah, I think everybody...
Well, if I had an arbitrary number
pretty
to
beat up.
it...
Yeah, I would worry if you can hear an ice cream truck at like 8 o'clock at night. That's some pretty unhealthy and unwholesome ice cream delivery right there.
Like, I don't know what it is. It's freaking me out, though.
I'm going to sacrifice a third level spell.
Put it in the...
Okay. So you're basically doing your...
the slow heal thing.
Yep.
So everybody's up 9.
So basically you all...
Nice.
Your
the course of 18
metabolisms get into
seconds.
overdrive, and you are able to heal a whole bunch of hit points in a short period of time. So 9 points returns to all.
It's better than my heal checks.
Right, that's definitely helpful, but
Let me take a look.
I'm gonna limp over, still wounded, sore, bruised.
Battered.
Alright, you're gonna take a look over you. Like, hey, this should help.
All right, Tritherion doesn't love you very much, but
I know,
loves you a little bit.
Stingy, holy.
Oh.
Thanks, Tritherion.
Yeah, thanks.
Well,
Pushed
we
you
did our
up.
best. I did my best.
Look, I
Great.
can take first watch. I'll use the tower that Ned was on, and give me a good view of the clearing, and then I'll wake Jash up or something.
Yeah, and if we all take
Stay.
a spot somewhere near that wall so that we're all close, but
Yeah, let's blood over there, but let's not go over the wall because you might find tracks.
Yeah.
tomorrow. Okay. So I'm gonna climb the ladder and take
All right,
first
we
watch.
Zoom out a little bit then so we can see where you're actually referring to. All right. Okay, so you're going up the southernmost watchtower.
Yep.
Okay.
just gonna huddle up under some of these branches here.
All right.
Is anybody spells? One of those orcs got me pretty good here on the side.
Ah,
Come here. I didn't know you were hurt. Let me
Yes,
see.
I'm always hurt. It's kind of my job at this point.
Where'd you go? Down there.
Marigold is at the bottom
Yep,
by the
yep,
tower.
yep.
There's 9.
Here's 9, says the cleric.
Oh, thanks.
hey, Josh, you still look kind of beat up. Come over here.
All right.
And then you're. Where did you? Oh, there you are.
I'm hiding. I
Oh,
blend in
alright.
with things
Yep.
because survival.
Oh, okay.
Physic is just covered in mud right now. Just so I'm going to dump both of my cure minor wounds, which gives him 2 extra health points. You're welcome.
Ooh.
But as I do that, I'm actually going to take out that little bit of money that I found earlier, and I'm just going to be like, didn't want the others to know about it. They might get a little jealous, and I'm just going to hand it over to them,
Okay.
however much it was.
It was like 6 gold.
Oh, put the couple pieces in my hand and just stare at him for a second and kind of look up.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Put it in my pocket. Trying to feign like I'm happy, but you can tell I'm very disappointed that it's 6 pieces of gold.
That's all there was. That's all there was.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, buddy. Yeah,
cool.
that's
Great.
awesome.
Yeah. All right. Totally worth it.
Coming down here now.
Otherwise, I'll just be getting-
Maybe I'll treat myself to a nice beer by myself when I get back
Nice
to the tower.
ice cream cone.
So.
You
Alrighty.
just see Dalv leering down at you as money is exchanged.
All right. So is everybody where they want to be for
I'll
the
come
evening?
over. Yeah, I'll crash out here.
Yeah, it's good.
Rush might not be.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
I'm getting up in the freaking tower. I don't want to be anywhere near that hole. I'm claustrophobic, remember?
All right. Okay. So your game plan is Daleth is to spend a good few hours watching and then switch out with Jash
Yep.
at
Yep.
an appropriate moment.
The claustrophobic Sidorian.
Not good.
How horrible. All right. Okay. Well, there's some good news and some not so good news. The good news is nothing else seems interested enough to come and interfere with an orc encampment, especially one that reeks of death.
Hey.
The bad part of that includes Ned, unfortunately, as there is still no sign of young Nednick come the morning, and no sound of your wolfen friends anymore either.
Uh-oh.
They were more like acquaintances, really.
Yeah, they were like buddies, but the kind that you don't really hang out with. You just talk to on social media every great once in a while. You hit the like button.
So when my time's up, I swap with Jash, I imagine, and get some sleep.
Yep.
All right. Yep. But yep, the whole evening, whole night goes uneventfully. As well it might. But the kind that you don't. There we go.
Goreception going on here.
Scary.
No, I've got my stream monitor up, and I forgot. I just hit mute by mistake. I accidentally unmuted it.
Morning, wake up, eat some breakfast, and I imagine the people will pray who need to pray.
All right. So, are you're securing the fact that you want speak with dead?
Yes,
This
I am
morning?
deep in prayer, and you kind of hear Marigold like, please, please, every once in a while.
pretty, please.
Marigold says, I can has speak with dead? I can has? Okay. Alright, so you're going to get that spell. Alright.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really want them to think I'm cool.
That's a tall order.
It's like
So-
someone sitting on Santa Claus's knee, isn't it? Asking for presents.
Well, while she's doing that, I'm going to turn to the group and be like, are we really going to ask the goblin that we failed to help for answers?
Well, we tried. I mean, that's
I think
gotta
Satch
account
had,
for something.
Satch had come up with a theory on that last
Theory?
episode. I'm not saying you want to go with that theory, but I know since Monday there's been
Yeah.
we've slept since then, but
Yeah, the theory goes that if he remains silent, then he will never have any hope of being avenged, because everyone who would avenge him has been killed. However, if he does tell us about it, then maybe, just maybe, we might be able to do something about it.
And we need to be able to understand goblin, right?
Or orc, depending, because he did work with orcs.
Fair enough.
well,
I can't speak
with
with
dead. It could technically it can answer in any language it can speak.
So I didn't have to take tongues, which I took.
Well, hey, you're just covering your bases because you could ask it a question and it answer in Goblin, and then you're like, can you speak in Orc, please? Oh, okay.
Right.
There's your second question. What's the last one?
Yeah.
Can you speak in Orc, please? Yes, I can. Okay, next.
That's too. That'd be the worst.
Alright,
All
so, shall we, I guess?
Oh, no. Not yet. So the way that Triferian kind of bestowed upon me, I can ask it 3 questions. It doesn't have to be yes or no questions this time, though. I don't think he'll answer very, profoundly, so we still need to be simple about it in a way. So, Physic, you said that we should tell him that we want to avenge him to get him
Almost
to
said
answer our
Rush.
questions?
See, all gnomes look the same.
Well,
to me.
they're kind of similar, sure. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're very similar. Don't feel bad, they do. They look the same. It's
Oh,
all right.
wait. Well, so, Mary, what do we want to learn? What killed them? Where they came from? And was Cecilia with them?
Well, he's not gonna know who Cecilia is. We have to word it in a way like strange humanoid. Why do you not know what a human is? I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe who did this? Where did they come from? And did they take any prisoners?
But if
we
you-
asked who did this, he'll just say the undead orc.
Well, not. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, who attacked the encampment, right?
Okay.
Initially.
Yeah.
Who attacked your encampment that forced you to hide?
Do you know where they came from? And then, if not, then we're gonna have to find them in some other way. But not until we get Ned back. Frankly, I'm not sure we'd be able to find them without him.
Okay.
Quite
Who
skilled
and
at
where?
tracking.
What's the last question?
Did they take any prisoners?
Prisoners.
Were there any prisoners with those who attacked?
Or maybe they took the prisoners from here.
That's kind of what we're insinuating.
So you got to imply that there were prisoners here and just ask if they were taken, right? Because he might then just say, "Well, there were no prisoners here. We didn't have any prisoners."
Right. Alright. Been nervous. Never really talked to something dead before.
Do we have to like hold hands or something? Does that make it more powerful?
Tritherion said that Josh had to hold on to one of my hands.
No, he did not. I don't believe
He
it.
said it!
No, he did not. Prove it.
I can't prove a god. You just must see in the works that I can heal you every day, can't I?
What was that?
Sure.
Yes, so?
Let's go down there. Do what
Is
I
it-
say.
Does anyone else smell pheromones?
I don't think any of this is worth it. I think we should just leave. Go find Ned. I want to find
No, I
Ned now.
would've
That's what I
smelled
want to do.
Josh, of all the hard, difficult things we've done, holding a woman's hand is not the end of the world. Just do it.
Fine. Let's go. Let's get it over with. Come on.
Are you gonna come along, Rush, or?
I mean, I guess. Don't really want to see a dead person talk.
I mean,
I mean, it's a goblin, but still.
it'll be
Alrighty.
interesting.
They're pretty creepy when they're alive, too.
Alright, let's go down into the orc cave then.
Let's hope this bastard responds to us.
Well, you know, he doesn't have to. If he doesn't see any reason to want to talk to you, he can make a saving throw to basically ignore or lie his ass off.
We just
Right.
get no for all three answers.
So we preface every question with, we are a team of the team that wants to seek revenge on those who killed you. Who did this? Where did they come from? You know.
What did you say?
Well, you may, you know, you're better with words than me. You're speaking to a god and all. Yeah.
No, legitimately, I wasn't listening to what you said. So
You make it known to the thing you're talking to that we will seek revenge.
of course, yes.
But frame
So
it within
why?
the question.
You want a cleric to lie.
Well, no,
Well,
we'll seek
lying,
revenge.
I am.
We will? You want to risk your life to avenge a goblin?
If there's a prisoner there that we can... If Cecilia's there, yeah.
So you want to go in and kill everything?
No, I don't think that's really the case. It's more just it kind of coincides with what we're doing anyway.
Yeah, we need to find Cecilia so I can go home, get my gold. In order to do that, this goblin might have a lead. If he doesn't, then we'll just do something else. But if he does know, we should probably listen to what he has to say.
Just walk up to the goblin.
Alright.
Sitting in
Yeah,
line?
so that is indeed the goblin that was eviscerated by your dead ghoulish orc.
So, just out of curiosity, for the sake of the ritual to work, where does Josh have to stand, and why is he holding your hand?
Oh, I was hoping she was going to forget.
He has to stand on my right, and Rush has to stand on my left here.
Huh. That's strangely specific, but
And
okay.
you two
I get
need
to stand on your
on
left?
the other side
I
here.
immediately run over to the left and try to hold her hand.
Okay,
You don't have
I'm
to
just
hold
gonna.
my hand though.
Just...
Oh, I don't? I don't have to hold anything?
Wait, why doesn't
doesn't
he have to hold
be
your hand?
That's just
I
how
mean-
the spell works. Okay, good. Now we'll circle that.
Yeah, the fact. Yeah, I can only imagine what her. You know, because you have a verbal and somatic component. That somatics is probably just swinging hands like this.
And
want
then
to
you.
speak with Dave.
Okay, so I don't
We
have to
want to
hold her
speak
hand.
with
So I'm still gonna sit awkwardly close.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you find out that Tritherion is actually called Tritherion because he's 3.
Hand, Josh.
All of Marigold's spells are actually just nursery rhymes. That's the verbal components. Okay. Alrighty.
gonna put my hand just
So
like-
you wish to cast Speak
Itsy Spider
with
is healing all my
Dead.
friends.
Alright, so the
But at any
duration
point,
of
you need
Speak with
someone to hold your
Dead
hand
will be
while-
7. You have a total of 7 minutes, and during that 7 minutes, you can ask 3 questions. Should it differ in alignment to you, which probably does, it can choose to make a willpower save to resist the spell as if it was alive, if it so wishes. What would the DC be? 17, right? Is it 17 or...
That's
That's
tongues
tongues.
that I put up.
Probably a 16 then, I'm thinking.
Oh, 16.
Yep.
I was gonna put it up. So first I cast tongues on myself,
Alright.
and then I cast Speak with Dead, which is right here.
Alright, and I was right. 16 is the save. Okay. Alright, well, fortunately for you, nobody has tried to speak dead with the goblin in the last week. That you're
Whoa.
pretty sure of. So, you get 3 questions, and you have 7 minutes to ask said questions.
Starting the stopwatch.
So
Let's
what
go.
happens? Is he like? Is there a little ghosty that shows up, or no?
No, basically you...
I like do it.
Yeah, the corpse will almost kind of like just and animate and
That was cool.
I mean, you're not actually speaking to the person, you understand. You're basically drawing imprinted knowledge out of its past. So things that it knew, you're dragging that information out of the corpse, pretty much.
Okay, so speaking in Goblin, I say, Goblin friend, my name is Marigold Smith, and we are a band of travelers here to avenge you. I have 3 questions to help us avenge you. The first question. Please tell us who attacked the encampment that forced you to hide down here.
Alright, well, it would appear that physics' assumption was pretty accurate. Because goblins are selfish little bastards, and the very concept that in its afterlife, somehow, it might wreak revenge seems to appeal to it.
Yes, thanks.
So,
Nice.
That's why I keep a druid.
so what was the question part again?
The question was, who attacked the encampment that forced you down here to hide?
We were attacked by the 2-legged beasts, the beasts that walk on 2 legs.
Shit. That could be meaning anybody. I'm sorry, I know I
On
didn't
2
hear
legs,
that.
Goblin. Alright. Second question. Huh?
Please.
You got 7 minutes.
Go on.
7 minutes. Do you know where they came from?
They came out of the dark. Nobody knows where the beast with 2 legs come from, but they are many, and they strike in the silence and the death of night.
Heard of the beast of 2 backs.
That's not much to go on.
No, it's not.
Nocturnal hunters. Keep going.
Well, wait.
Yes.
Look, if he's not being super clear, asking did they take the prisoners? I mean, we won't get much information from that, right? Because if he says yes, that doesn't help us.
Describe Cecilia. No, wait. That doesn't answer the question. Sorry,
them
I've
if
been
they've-
drinking.
Ask them if they've had a strange group of human prisoners recently.
Yeah, we can infer that they were then taken, right? I mean, it's assumed.
Describe strange.
Goblin!
Before you start, you're gonna feel Jash squeeze your hand like really hard, and he's gonna look over at you right in your eyes. He's gonna say, "Marigold, don't blow this," and then look back at the goblin.
Goblin! Goblin.
Of all the things you can do, don't worry.
What was I asking again? I'm so nervous now.
The goblin says,
You were asking me about...
no. I'm assuming you weren't actually asking the goblin that as a question.
No, I was asking Physic.
Oh, if only I wanted to be
If
totally
it had-
evil.
Feels Marigold's hands sweating.
If they've had a new batch of prisoners,
Human prisoners.
human prisoners, yeah, a strange batch of human prisoners.
What about pale two-legged humans? He might not know what humans mean.
I think he knows what humans
I
are.
think he knows what humans are.
Alright. He said two-legged beasts earlier.
Well, prisoners. Did you have a strange batch of human
Pale
prisoners
two-legged
It's werewolves,
prisoners.
obviously.
before the attack?
But wait, we know that they did.
Hurry up and ask. We're running out of time.
Well, that's kind of true too.
We already know because of the skeleton in the
I
behind
have
the
a
stone.
I have a theory already. I don't think this next question is all that important, Marigold. Yeah, ask freely.
Ask it how it's doing.
The afterlife.
If I asked the goblin what color these two-legged beasts were that attacked them,
That's not bad. Or were they human, right?
I still don't think he knows the difference.
Didn't we want to know
So
if they
ask.
took prisoners?
Goblin! My final question! What color were the two-legged beasts that attacked this encampment? Of their skin?
Some were furry and brown. Others had skin similar to yours. All had horns of different lengths. All of an ivory white.
I think the furry and brown maybe meant their pelts on their backs. Must have been humans.
Werewolves.
The goblin just
horns.
collapses.
Oh, they were like the Agashi tribe.
Right.
What?
Do they have horns? I don't
Well,
know.
they had fur, and
I don't think it's the Agashi tribe.
I'm not saying
I think it's maybe a
liter-
different tribe that has horns for helmets.
Vikings? Sorry.
Some kind of... Yes.
Oh,
Alright, sorry I didn't ask that last one about the prisoners, but I'm pretty sure that they have them. That's all I know.
Wasn't that the most important part? I need to find Cecilia.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Are we done?
I'm still holding your hand.
Almost. Thank you, Goblin. Alright. Done.
Gonna continue.
goblin
Sorry,
gets-
they're all sweaty.
So
Lumps
sweaty.
down
Oh.
like inanimate again,
Have
and
a
you just hear
condition.
like a
I don't
like
think
a
it's all
final
that bad,
breath
actually.
leave its corpse.
Physic is running off.
Yeah, he's already going up the ladder because he heard a wolf.
Really? Okay.
It
Shit.
might have just been a regular normal wolf, but now he's paranoid.
Wait, do we still need to be in
Just run
contact?
after everyone.
Sure.
All right, so you're
Theory
all
on-
heading up. You're all heading up top.
Yeah.
Yeah, if everyone
Following
else said
Physic.
follow. Yeah.
Alrighty, let me put you back up there then.
It's been a few moons. Don't let go.
Alright, so you all emerge out the top of the hole.
Rush, don't let go.
I'll never let go.
Dead thing, get off.
Spoiler.
Hurry.
You let go.
What's wrong?
Sorry, I heard of one of the a wolf. I guess I'm a little worried about it. But what if the wolves and these two-legged beasts are synonymous?
Like there's... The tribe has wolves as pets or riders or something?
Or something more like a giant fish that pops out of the water, turns one of your friends green, and puts a wall behind your backs without you noticing.
They have
What?
fish wolves.
Wait.
What I mean to
Okay.
say is there are things down here that we haven't seen yet. The presumption that
Or
we-
I haven't really seen a wolf.
it could be a tribe of people that worship wolves, and they don't actually have wolves, but they imitate with the wolf sounds. Like a call sign. But it's masked by, and that means they'd be smart enough to keep a distance from us, but keep a watch on us. And,
Yeah, my expertise isn't exactly as much animals. I don't know.
well, you're a druid.
I work more with plants. I studied the plants. They were more interesting to me. They
Animals
didn't
are
talk back.
plants.
No, they aren't.
Oh.
It's like if you have a military formation and you want to convey an order without speaking, you do like a bird sound or a whistle that would be matched by nature,
How do you
right?
know that, Daleth?
That's-
I had to look
Because
at your
you get bored on the wall when you're just looking at air.
So you do what?
read books.
Does that mean you know how air works?
I don't know. I'm just thinking these wolves, they're too smart to be wolves. That's
Yeah.
Those
all.
are werewolves. That's what I said. But werewolves don't have horns.
And that's what I'm.
Can werewolves
getting
have horns? Can airwolves have horns?
If they're on top of a helmet.
at. So the thing with that is,
Werewolves
if,
wear
Werewolves
helmets.
wear
if we were
helmets.
to assume that werewolves are real,
No.
exactly. I mean, the wolf I summon out of the, dire wolves are covered in spikes themselves. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to believe that if there were a werewolf, there might be a dire variant of it, perhaps an alpha type or
But-
something another.
But your dire thing doesn't like talk to us or howl. It just attacks. There's an
Because
intelligence here, right?
Yeah, yes, and that's the thing that's most unsettling, and I think that's what was getting Ned all on edge. Is he has a certain affiliation for nature. I'm sure you've all noticed. And
Well,
when something that would otherwise appear natural would his mom's a tree. So
Sorry, his dad was a tree. You're his mom.
Look, wouldn't it make a lot of sense
wait,
if
what?
Ned?
Is that why you're not... I'm gonna point at Marigold.
What?
Trees, that's what gets you going? You like
What
trees?
What are you talking?
I don't understand.
No, what I'm trying to say here
Going
is that is likely been taken by whatever this is, because they appear to be opportunistic hunters. If they come in the night, that's something that is advantageous to them. They must have some sort of heightened night sensory, and they only attack when they think they're going to win. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to sweep this as well. They use weapons, which means they're intelligent, and they outsmarted us for a good long walk.
But the problem. Okay. So you're probably right to some degree, but orcs. I don't know about goblins, but they see at night.
Yeah.
Jash, myself, and Marigold clearly do not. To invade an orc encampment, and I mean I don't know. That just seems.
So it must be maybe some kind of strange human hybrid.
Something that can see at night.
And that's the thing. I don't think they're wolves. I think they're wolf-like.
Wait a minute! Oh my, Hyperion!
Did you just have an epiphany?
We were tasked not to leave the Agashi tribe until the new moon. If we had left before the new moon, this orc
It'd been the
encampment
full moon.
would have been here. And we would have probably had run-ins with them. So the snake person said leave later, knowing that these guys would get dealt with by whatever we're now looking for.
So it's werewolves that wear horns on their head.
I'm not saying werewolves, but I'm saying another tribe of something.
That's a very interesting theory.
I mean, does the timeline add up, Mr. Scientist, Druid, Plant Guy?
Pull out the drawing of your timeline. I know you have one.
I do, but I'm moving, so it's in a box somewhere, and I can't find it.
No,
I'm
you
so
do.
sad. I'm so sad. That's why I'm using like this regular book.
You're
with
moving.
Pages to I'm moving. Anyway,
Later.
yeah. I've told you guys about this.
Bill
Come on.
Nye. Yeah, so it
Yeah.
is.
The thing is, they've decayed to the point where, but that goblin had. I don't know if a goblin could hide down there for that long. We didn't see him any like.
Oh, that's true.
So I don't know if that's exactly why we shouldn't have gone. Point is, we ended up not going until we were supposed to by orders of Godor the Magnificent and his holy boomstick.
You shake your head, Josh.
Because you're putting any stock in that crazy person with the snakes, really? No.
No, I'm not putting any stakes in it.
Well, you were, but he was.
I thought I was being smart for a minute. It's a rare thing, so
It's not right to punish thought. So,
I'm saying,
any ideas in addition to the? Do you have anything to add to this, Josh? Do you?
Mate, what about werewolf people with horns? No, I have nothing to add to this.
I think it's a
So you're
tribe.
just jealous.
It's a
Oh,
tribe.
jealous of what?
Their
Josh,
ideas.
I want to hear what you think. You're the most well-versed of fighting of all of us, and I admit that sounds really ridiculous. You could probably come closer to what's actual.
Look, okay. It just seems that some of you, sometimes it is a blessing not to have the imagination that some other people do, because it tends to run away with them sometimes. Now,
I agree with that. I've only ever lived in Azamar. I don't know. I mean, fairy tale books and stuff like that.
right, so I don't see any evidence of things that we talk about sometimes, and I think that we make actions based on things that we don't know are there, and sometimes it might take us on a different path than maybe we should be on. I like to deal with what I can see and what I know is true, and I realize down here many things aren't as they seem and aren't necessarily true. But that's all we can go on. That's the safest way to me that we can proceed. And instead of sitting here getting our crazy thoughts in our heads, we should just do what we think we need to do based on what we can see and what we know is here.
Josh,
And what is
Yeah.
that?
that's the thing. We were given clues and hints at things. We don't know. So we have to try to form an idea.
For the record, Jash, I'm not saying they're hybrids or werewolves or anything of the sort. I'm saying they're a tribe of people like the Agashis, but not the Agashis, who worship wolves and use these noises to communicate.
Yeah, you guys are more
That's
down to earth
all
than
I'm
anything
saying.
that we could think of. I mean, if you hear hoofbeats, assume horse, not zebra, right?
I don't know what a zebra
it's a
is. Never heard.
Regardless,
I get it though. Yes.
regardless,
Correct.
we know where Ned ran toward.
No, we know where he left
do?
from. We don't know where we haven't. Let's check the tracks and
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at. At the very least, we have to find Ned.
So that's what I'm saying. Let's go off of evidence that we can see and find, and deal with the things as we get there.
Okay.
Speculation leads to strategy. I'm just gonna go ahead and work my way around the outside because I saw that he jumped off the thing, and I'm about to make that jump.
I'm gonna climb this ladder and jump to the rock and look out over everything.
Yeah, I can
I'm
probably
gonna
help
look
you
for a way
down.
out of the encampment that doesn't require jumping.
There really isn't one. It's either.
Damn.
I mean, you can climb. You can kind of go up here and scramble down the steep embankment, but that's about it.
What is
That's
the
what I
easiest way that's
That's-
not gonna require me to?
That's the only realistically semi-easy way.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
That's
then.
the reason the other gnome went that way.
Yeah.
All right,
And
okay.
as they're going, I'm going to turn to Jash and Marigold to say, that thing that was bringing the orc corpses back to life said he was from the underground, right? I'm trying to remember the few things he said.
He said something about that? Oh, he did say something about underground, didn't he?
So there must...
No one knows where they come from. They came out of the darkness.
Right, I'm not saying the two in the same. I'm saying there probably is a cavern or a cave somewhere around here that it emerged from. But
That's
then
not
I
a
don't
bad
know.
guess.
Oh, I don't.
I'm guessing. Yes, I'll shut up.
But it's not a bad guess.
It's not a bad idea. It's something. It's not crazy sounding.
All
Yeah,
right.
don't shut up. I mean, Physic, no offense, but both he and I have almost got us killed. So I think it's your turn to almost get us killed.
Wait, who almost got you killed? Me?
I'm confused by that. I'm looking for tracks.
Okay, give me a search roll.
Skills. Search starts with an S. There it is. There it is. That beautiful little search boy. There he is. That beautiful boy.
All right. Well, you can definitely find a pair of deep imprints where somebody jumped down from the rock. Obviously, on impact with the ground, they'd have left a fairly good indentation. And then it made off. Initially, it looks like it was kind of walking cautiously, but then the strides got further to the point where it ran into the trees. So assuming that it's Ned, which logically would dictate that it is, it seems like he climbed over the fence of the tower, jumped onto the rock, jumped down, cautiously walked forwards, and then slowly broke into a run and a sprint, and then into the trees.
He didn't run from the thing. He ran after whatever it is he saw. And then,
Why don't we know this kid better? I mean, he practically grew up with us.
I don't know. I'm just gonna keep
I mean,
following the track.
so you found no tracks of him lurking around the outside of, because that would suggest that the thing came in and he jumped out to get out of his view and then observed it.
I don't think
these
came.
These tracks are all headed one way.
Yeah,
So
I don't think that thing showed up before Ned left. I don't think he would have left if it were here.
Which
I don't
means
know where
whatever,
it came from, but
whatever it is came exactly when we left Ned, most likely. They were waiting for a moment where they could get his attention.
But it also shows that Ned wasn't attacked specifically, because we would have found evidence of him being dragged away. So what he saw was something that he wanted to pursue. So if it was someone that looked like an Nagashi tribe, do you think he would then be like, oh, it's my friends, and then chased after it? Or...
I'm
I'm gonna look at Physic when he asks this question, because I figure Physic knows him better than we do.
If this is that stupid girl he had eyes all over, I swear to God, and I'm gonna start walking.
There's no way that girl could survive this way.
I mean, maybe she could. I mean, you guys don't know.
You guys didn't grow up on gnome stories. I'm just gonna keep going.
So
I'm gonna.
So what are you
really
doing? You wander
like
into
her.
the tree line?
I'm following the tracks.
I'm gonna slip down the rock and follow.
All right. Okay. Well, you follow all the way to the trees, and you can definitely follow the tracks into the trees. Of course, at that point, it's going to become much harder to trace the actual tracks, based on the fact that, of course, now there's brush and fauna and all kinds of other stuff that he's been going through. But you can go ahead and give me another search check.
Should I be tracking or is search?
You're going to be using tracking, but for you, of course, you're using your search skill.
Okay.
All right. Well, you are able to continue to follow them. They go probably several hundred yards, and then they meet up with clearly some very large, numerous canine wolf prints.
I'm gonna check and see if they correspond in sets of 4 or 2.
They are 4.
Okay. He met up with wolves, just regular old on the ground wolves.
Is there blood? Was he hurt at all? Is there blood anywhere?
You want to look around
Do
to
you
see
see
if
any
you can
blood?
see any? Give me a search check.
It just looks like he stopped here, right?
All right, yes, there is quite a bit of blood here. Just off from the side, you can see it smeared all the way across a whole bunch of large ferns, like something was savagely attacked and then dragged away.
Do they... So looking at the feet imprints, does it look like there was a struggle near the Ned feet, or...
Strangely
The Ned
not.
feet.
So it was more among
In
the...
fact, the Ned feet left with the wolves.
Hashtag Ned feet.
Whatever it was that was killed probably wasn't the Ned.
Maybe Ned did it.
Petite feet.
Right.
So it's... Hey, maybe Ned killed the wolf. Who knows?
I'm gonna be looking at Physic while we examine this, trying to judge what he's thinking.
It's kind of hard to get a read. It's a cross between, have you seen my boy? My boy. Have you seen him? And he's so grounded.
Okay, well, being an emotional gnome myself, I'm gonna just kind of touch Physic on the shoulder and be like, "We're gonna find him, Physic. We won't stop till we find him, okay?"
Yeah.
So
Gonna kind of shrug that off. And which way do so it's going with the paw prints then? It's all
Yes.
like paws and feet joined forces, paws and feet together at last.
It looks like he was it looks like the feet were traveling with paw prints, quite rapidly at a full-blown run, southwards through the trees. Knowing at that speed how much of a head start they had, they could be a long way away from here. And again, wolves, of course, could travel very quickly, not as fast as a man, but then, of course, we are talking about an incredibly athletic and very fit young man.
Ned, why are you so buff?
So, who knows how long and how fast Ned could run, unarmored, unburdened, through the forest with a pack of wolves.
Yeah, I'm not giving time to think about that. I'm following the tracks.
He didn't skip leg day. He totally got-
All right.
He only had
Handsome
like 4
bastard.
leg days in his whole life.
That was enough, considering how fast he
So
could.
you begin to travel. So you guys, you're just going to start traveling southwards through the trees, trying at best you can to keep up with whatever tracks are leading to the south. Okay. You are pretty much going to travel then, because of course it was morning when you went down the hole. By the time you start to become fatigued and whatever, I mean, it's at least noon. You have seemingly... They haven't stopped. You've made no grounds. If anything, they're probably outpacing you. And there's no sign of catching up with them at the moment, anyway. That being said, of course, you're a good ways away from where you knew where you were, and now you're just in a random direction somewhere south in amongst the dense forest.
If nobody's stopping Physic, he's still going.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm following, but
Okay, then a full day of travel. You are all tired, exhausted. You still haven't seen any sign of catching him up. And you are now a full day randomly in the forest. Let me see here.
So we're following the Ned steps. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
How long are we going to do this for?
Until we find Ned.
Are we out of breath at this point? Like,
I mean, you guys have been hoofing it all day.
yeah.
So we're just going to walk into the forest randomly just to try to find this boy who
And of course,
ran away from
your
us.
fastest speed
He's not a
is the
boy.
fastest speed of the slowest person of your party, right?
Yeah,
So-
which is
Yeah.
20 feet for me. I think I'm the slowest.
Okay.
We're just going to... Does anyone even know where we are at this point?
did we ever, Josh?
But I mean, in what we supposed to stay maybe around that encampment because the things that attacked it were probably nearby.
But we don't know if that has anything to do with why Ned ran off.
Right, but we're just running randomly into the forest. Just
It's not
I-
random.
No,
we're
it's not
following
random. We're
footprints.
following.
no, I know. I just mean I don't like it. I don't like it.
I admit that logically we should stick to the mission, but this is important.
I feel like this is part of the mission.
It's
What
not.
other-
Thought they might be.
You
What
think
other,
he's
what other,
following
what other
something
threat?
to-
What other threat were we aware of?
I was just saying
What else are
this.
we gonna
This
do?
isn't part of the mission. Let's just get that straight.
You think
I'll
Ned
look at it. I'll look
went
at
over
everybody.
Okay. I
you
mean,
too?
Josh, I see what you're saying, and I do agree with you for the most part. But you yourself said to follow what we know. This is what we know. We don't know where those night creatures that wear fur and wear, where they went or where they live.
And
Honestly, I
also,
thought
We
it's
know
more
these
likely
tracks.
that we'll find Ned alive than Cecilia. Sorry, Marigold.
I just want to make sure. I know some of us here care about him a little bit more than others, and I'll shoot a look over at Physic. I just want to make sure we have our senses about us when we're just running headfirst into who knows what, following some footsteps. That's all.
And that's valid, and I agree with you. 110%.
Just want to make sure we're on the same page and have our wits about us.
Even
Yeah.
if it was illogical, I'd still go.
Yeah, so Physic, you need to check your emotions.
What? Why are you? No.
No, Josh is right. Physic needs to. We can pursue these footprints, but do it smartly.
At the moment I see any sign of them slowing down, I'm going to assume they slowed down. But up until now, they've been doing nothing but running this direction.
Right, and in following these tracks, which is the thing to do, we have been kind of negligent to the surroundings of other potential threats. We're just barreling head first, right? So
Well, we
For a
need to
second,
go
I thought that
quickly.
we were looking at that.
we do need to go quickly. Although if they go to the other end of this whole continent, we're kind of.
Then I'll go to the end of the continent.
Okay, as long as we're all on the same page.
I'll just, yeah. You see, Josh just kind of stays quiet.
All right.
For the moment.
Well, being as you are all traveled like crazy people all day, at this point you're all at least suffering from one level of fatigue, and very tired and exhausted. Do you want to just carry on running until you drop, or are you gonna actually try to stop and rest, or what's the game plan?
I want to stop and rest.
Now you're gonna have to make that clear.
I want to stop and rest.
Oh.
It's getting dark.
If we get attacked by anything out here, we are not in the condition to even continue on to find him and possibly save him.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna scramble up and find some kind of twig on the ground and stick it in the ground in the path where we're stopping. So that I don't lose track of it.
I'm gonna be kind of confused at that, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Yes, let's everyone not travel south of that stick.
That's not what that's for. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's what that's about. Fine, cool. And I'm just gonna go ahead and climb up a tree.
Physic. What does the stick mean? You need to talk to us.
It's so we can find the track in case we lose track of it. It's hard to make things out sometimes. If we don't have a marker for it, then I might not be able to notice it tomorrow morning or something. When the lights change and everything's kind of butting in for the day of light, it's just not gonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
gonna be
sorry.
okay, man. We're gonna find him.
I'm gonna situate myself in this tree. I got first watch, guys.
All right. And then
I'm gonna sleep at the bottom of Physic's tree. He's freaking me out.
Yeah, he's freaking me out.
Alrighty, okay. How long you guys are gonna try to rest?
As the whole night. I mean, right?
Okay.
And then the following day.
Alright.
We could do a short rest and carry on earlier. We didn't do really anything for the day.
But it's nighttime, right?
Yeah.
We're useless.
But first light we could. Yeah, but first light is like all the way through the day because of the shadow, so from the trees. So yeah, I guess whole night.
All right. Okie dokie. Well, you do manage to get through the night without anything unpleasant finding you. You definitely hear some strange noises in and around the trees, more akin to the sort of stuff that you used to hear. Unpleasant things, dangerous things, reminding you once again that you are in a very dense and uncharted part of the forest where, you know, who knows, all manner of unpleasant things may be.
Which means we're beyond the area that those duckosaurs predated.
Duckosauruses. You gotta love chat for naming stuff.
Hopping up the tree, here I go. Where's my stick at?
Oh, I kept an eye on that stick. Your stick's okay. Your stick is good.
Nothing bad happened to the stick.
Good. That's important to me. So I'm going to basically, at first light, I'm basically going to be down.
Okay.
And just like looking at everybody, like, are we ready to go?
I'm right there with you, buddy.
Let's do it.
I don't like physics/second daddy being upset. I'm right there with you.
All right. So you make off. So go ahead and give me a tracking skill roll, physic.
All right.
And
I'm using search.
we got
right
7 points healing, right?
Yep. Everyone would have naturally healed 7.
Because Rush hasn't said anything, but he was still pretty freaking low.
Pretty
on
beat
hit.
up. All right. You think you can keep? You think you can find the tracks? They're becoming harder to follow, though. They're getting further away, and you know the terrain is getting tougher. But you're fairly sure you can still kind of follow them. At this point, they are verging more kind of southwest.
Okay. Guys, do we want to do the formation thing where we're walking in a particular order?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we? Okay, I would only do that if you guys consciously reminded me.
It's
Because I probably am going to be walking pretty fast otherwise.
Well, don't you need to be leading the way, though? Because, I mean...
Well, I mean, the things to remember is you can only go as fast as, A, the slowest person, and B, as he can track.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, true enough. How
They're
fast
moving at the speed of a wolf pack.
I'm sorry, I almost
So
slowed
you
that.
guys
How fast are you,
are
Physic?
way, you know, logically, unless they stop, they're probably outpacing you 10 to 1.
Yeah, we're just hoping to catch
So
up
if you
with
did,
whatever's
if you
there.
managed to make it 10 miles, they've probably made it 30 or 40. If they're traveling at that sort of, if that is what they're doing, continually traveling in that direction. Of course, it's Ned. He can't go the speed and have the stamina of a wolf, so unfortunately, he still clearly is probably fitter and less encumbered and quicker paced than any of you guys. So even if it was just Ned, the very fact that you have to keep stopping and checking for tracks and making sure that you know where you're going and stuff like that, all of that is just, you know, a painful reminder of they could be so far gone by now.
Following the tracks.
Alrighty.
I don't know, I guess we'd be moving as fast as Physic could track then.
Yep.
Yeah, that's basically as fast as you're moving, which is a fast walking speed, short spurt, stop, check. Okay, yep, keep going. Mm-hmm. All right. You travel for the first half of the day. Basically the same sort of terrain. The forest is getting thicker and denser.
Haven't noticed anything about the tracks that looks a little like, oh no. None of that yet?
Nothing other than it appears that at one point they did stop. You find that they've all come to a kind of a stop because you can kind of see they've circled around. You also find, close by where that stoppage is, a half-consumed, what appears to be some kind of half-consumed boar. They brought a boar down and ate it.
Ned is tracking something?
Or is he
Do we
with
get
the
that
wolves?
feeling that he's tracking something, or that he's with something? I think
that's
Snugs is trying to say, but I keep on talking over him.
This changes everything a little bit here.
What?
It changes absolutely everything just a little bit here. So he's not running after the wolves. The wolves aren't running after him. They're walking together. I figured the tracks were aligned, but there's no way to tell the time difference here.
So we don't know if they're together or he's tracking them.
He was
Why would he track them if
hunting alongside them, almost.
So he's
Ned
a
has a
wolf
new
boy
family.
now.
Well,
New pop.
my
He's got a
question
new
is,
pop. Sorry.
If Marigold's right, Physics, should we be tracking him? I mean, I'll track him to the ends of the earth if that's what you want, but
Well, if he's got a new set of friends, then sounds like we're off the hook, yeah?
but why would he
But
do
where
that
do we
without
go once
saying
we're off
something?
the hook? What's our plan from there? Because this was our lead. This is our lead right now.
Well, it's a lead, but not the lead to.
What do you mean off the hook, Physic? Don't you want to know?
Yes, but I'm trying to appease everybody here. I don't know what I'm a little stressed out at the moment.
Don't worry about us.
Point
I
is,
think
they've stopped a few. They had to stop to do this, and I'm gesturing to the whole dead thing. So
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that they tracked this boar down, killed it, ate it, and moved on.
So they aren't as much in a hurry because of an encounter with each other as much as they are in a hurry because they're hastily tracking whatever prey they might find. That's totally different. We might actually catch them the next time they find prey.
But okay, Physic, don't hate me, and don't yell at me, okay? But maybe this is what he wants?
And if that's the case, I'd like to see him off.
But
Why wouldn't he tell Physic that?
well, maybe it's the next part of his changes, you know? He started...
Being an asshole? I don't think so.
I wouldn't call it... It's not a personality, it's just... Maybe he began to understand the wolf howls that were plaguing us after his fear, and he realized that he could gain something from them. And he pursued that. Maybe he's more an animal than a man, which kind of makes sense considering he's a grown man who's only a month and a half old.
You're talking silly. All men are animals.
Semantics. Maybe he just belongs in nature.
Physic's close to nature. He would tell him bye. He would tell him bye. Ned wasn't like that.
See, the thing is, we aren't sure. Remember back at the camp with the birds, how he could just...
How long were we with him? Like, how many days?
That doesn't matter. We were with him his whole life.
Like a month and a half.
Okay, in our time it's different. His time it's different.
He did grow at a rate similar to... Huh.
Similar to what?
Maybe he's one of these two-legged beasts.
What?
If he grows at about the rate of a wolf, his aging period, the rate at which he matured is. Have you seen how fast a dog can grow up?
No, I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff.
Most people don't.
He is different. He's not that different. He would have said something.
It's that times 7.
What if... I think that just has to do with the years, but I don't know. But okay, maybe it wasn't like Dallas said, a personality thing. Maybe it was an innate sense for him to just run off with his kind, his type. I don't know, but maybe it was more of yeah. Well, they're not people; they're wolves. But it was more of a pull from within that he just couldn't control any longer. He was acting pretty weird when we last saw him. Don't forget that.
Well, Perry was scared of the howls. I didn't help that situation. I apologize. That was not.
There's another end to that. If he learns from whatever he's surrounded by and he adapts to fit to whatever he's surrounded by, because he became exactly what we needed, was some sort of survival guide, and then if the wolves were hungry and he stumbled upon them, what they would need is...
But maybe we're thinking about this the wrong way. We are thinking about the wolf howls.
What's the right way?
We're thinking of the wolf howls as something against us or threatening, right? And we pursued it, and they went away, and then we came back, and they followed. Fair enough, Jess. Shut up. Okay. Think about it this way. What if the wolves and the wolf howls were calling out to Ned that they were his pack and they were keeping their distance from us, waiting for Ned to understand? And he did.
And he learned
really
from us
far
to
away
fear that.
from where we found him. You really think wolves were his pack? That they lost him way back then?
I mean, he was left by his freak of nature under a red tree that vanished, and then we came across the elves.
No,
That's
we're
true.
not
Then we came across the elves, remember? And we were in their house, which is a protected area, and then after that, we were with the Agashi people. So probably the wolves didn't want to get, mixed up with them.
Ned's
The
not a
different-
freak
The
of nature.
elves seem to believe that it was fated that we found him, and that it was fated that we bring him with us. Maybe, and I don't know about it, but maybe it's fated that we follow him to where we need to be.
Yes, but the elves worshipped a false god.
No, that aside, Marigold. Remember the
Marigold.
elves?
That's
the
a whole
elves.
another can of worms.
Wait, remember the elves? At first, they don't want Ned to stay with them, right? We couldn't unload him, and they also said, didn't they also say that they didn't know when the path would end and when we would split from him? Like if it was our fate to be with him all the time?
I don't know what you're talking about, Shaggy.
It's what the elves said. The elves were like, we don't want this thing here with us, but we also don't know how long you're going to keep him in your life. They did say that.
Am I the only one that doesn't remember that? I'm seriously asking because I may not.
No, I
I
recall.
don't know.
People?
No, I
Yes,
remember.
like player-wise.
No, yeah,
am I
you're
the
right,
only
yes.
one that doesn't
They
remember
did say that.
No, they did say something along those
The
lines. Yeah.
Okay. Witch Queen did say, we don't. You're fated to find him, but not how long you'll be with them.
Right. And they didn't want him there.
Damn it! I pay attention.
Yeah,
All I remember is they didn't want him there.
Yeah, they just said whatever it was, he
It's not
wasn't.
like
He
that.
wasn't clearly was not meant to be dumped on them.
So maybe it's meant to be dumped on the wolf pack.
Yeah, I'd like to
But
see it and
even if
find
that
that
was what
out.
was meant to be, I don't think he would leave without saying bye to Physic.
Oh yeah, it's just like him. He was a total independent little
Douchebag.
cretin as a
Aren't
baby.
you though, Physic?
Physic,
He
no.
did.
Vincent, why don't you
Odd.
say?
No, I have no doubt that he liked me, and I'm just relieved right now that he's found a way to fit in with wolves. I mean, it makes sense. He was able to fit in with us.
So maybe Physic say goodbye.
Well,
You're-
I can't
different.
say goodbye here. He's all the way over
Well, you can.
down the.
It's more for yourself, obviously. I mean,
No, it's for Ned too. Okay, so he was different. Ned was smart. He knew that. He wasn't like us.
My question
He
is,
wouldn't have left without.
I left my family without saying goodbye, but they knew why I was going.
It's a
And
good
they
move.
understood.
I had a pot chucked at my head. That was my cue to leave.
It's I mean, it's like when someone dies. You say goodbye to them. It's not like they can hear you or say goodbye back. It's more for yourself. So we just need Physic here to say goodbye for himself.
My question,
What if
though,
Ned needs him?
Ned doesn't. It's more. My question here is: if we are to turn back and walk back another day and a half to where we were, what lead do we have to follow?
Okay, so if we did continue to find Ned, how much longer do you think would be acceptable?
Until we find him.
Well, he knows, as I look over, he knows that that's not true. He knows that's not the right decision.
How can you not want to find him, Physic?
It's not that I don't want to find him, but we're here for other reasons. And I mean, for me to want to put myself in front of everyone else's mission here is selfish. Yes, I mean, I have an interest in the well-being of Ned as a friend, and
Well,
he was one of our companions.
I can't speak for them, but I'm okay with that.
And the thing is, like, yes, I want to find him. Yes,
Then
he
that's
did
what matters.
yes, he did just run off, and no, I don't want to just lose a friend like this. No, that's not at all what I'm saying. But
He's not
if
just
you guys,
your friend.
if you guys have a better idea of where we should be going right now,
Okay.
speak up.
Honestly, the only idea I have that I can offer is we go back to the encampment to the north and east of it, and maybe find some tracks or something that denote where the other people who attacked them possibly came from. I don't think they came from the west, which is where the dirigible crashed, because there were those other creatures there that we had to deal with. I don't think the two would get along. So I think north and east, somewhere in that radius of that campsite, is the people who attacked that campsite. But otherwise I don't. I mean, it's been a couple days now, so that might be really hard.
Maybe if we search out for the rest of this day, and nothing promising comes up.
Did y'all mean to ban Son of Joxer?
What?
If
What did he do?
He didn't. It's like it was done, and then immediately he misclicked, and he immediately undid it. So
Good job, Junk.
Shook.
if we continue out today, and maybe part of tomorrow, and nothing good comes up, we have no other leads. Then he's just continued to go on this wild life with the dogs. Then we should most likely head back towards where we came from. And I think if we were to cut north from here, we'd eventually run into the Black Road,
And I'm just saying
which would take us right back to a place where we can get to that orc encampment, no problem.
that Ned never felt like he fit in with us, I'm sure.
Oh no, he did. He most certainly did.
Okay.
He called us his own closest thing to a family at one point. It was nice.
Look, I know
Well,
this.
yeah, well, you can have a family, a real family,
He
and
found
not feel
love-
like you fit in.
He found love in the Agashi tribe and left it behind to come with us, knowing that it was his place to be. He felt like he belonged here.
There's something.
Go ahead.
There's something stronger than love. I'm just saying, if my mom or my dad came looking for me, I'd want them to keep going.
Even if it put them in danger.
Let's
Anyways, I
let's
think
press on for
silence.
today.
I think we can continue on. I'm not saying we turn around right now. I understand, but like you said, there has to be some stopping point to this, or else we'll just forever be wandering around aimlessly.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go another couple of days
Yeah.
pursuing this.
Right.
Doesn't put us too far out, and we've waited a whole couple weeks with the Agashis. Oh, and if you lose the tracks before those 2 days, well, then we turn around early.
Understood.
I'm okay with
Alrighty.
this.
I'm gonna press on.
all right, you travel the rest of the day, pretty much uneventfully. get to the end of it. It has gotten dark. You are still no sign of these. At this point, you are now traveling more almost directly west than any other direction.
All right. It's almost like it's heading back.
All right, let's rest up for the night and hope to get lucky tomorrow. And then if that doesn't work, I guess what? Then another day, and then we turn around and.
Yeah, I guess it depends on our consensus from there.
All right.
I'd rather not
Alrighty.
rule everyone out to some agreement prematurely made.
But I think we can all agree that we will not attack or kill any wolves that we might see. Right?
You
Try to
think it was
commune with
really
them.
wolves?
Good point. I'll make a meditation tomorrow that I don't usually do.
Alrighty.
Marigold, you can possibly do a spell or something that might help us, right? Determine
Determine what?
whether
You
it's
can
smart.
do anything, right?
pursue
Hyperion
this,
just
maybe?
have to say it's okay.
Alright, my augury. What were you gonna do, Satch?
I can calm animals at the very least.
Calm?
In case we run into any, is that what you're saying?
And if things get out of hand, I can entrance or dominate them to my will and
Oh,
Other-
wow.
That
Other-
seems a little extreme, but okay, that's what you think is best.
That's why I don't usually mess with animal things. It gets so ethical. Plants just grow and then you eat them.
Alright, so it's nighttime. You gonna rest in the trees again?
Oh my
or?
god, you can't talk
Yeah.
with plants, right? Do
More,
plants get
on,
upset when we eat them?
more on that later.
I don't think I want to know.
Alrighty.
I actually have an answer to that for you on the break, Swoop.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Me eyes!
Well, I'm
Alright,
not
okay.
giving red meat. I'm
So
just saying.
you camp down for the night. Once again, nothing unpleasant seems to come your way. Up there in the canopy of the trees, again, you hear strange sounds down below from time to time. Large things moving, creepy crawly things. But you don't seem to get visited by any of them. Considering, you kind of stop and think, and you hear them out there, and it's like, it reminds you of what it was like the first, that first week down here where everything seemed to be coming after you and trying to get you. Alright,
Maybe
following
it's
day,
not-
you gonna try and track it again?
Yep.
Give me a track roll.
Come on, search. It starts with an S. Or you know.
Alright,
Just
okay,
weird,
yep.
there's no
You pick
point
up the
in doing
tracks again.
Oh wait, there you guys
They're
go.
definitely heading directly directly westward. So, in that direction you can head.
Alright.
Alrighty. And yep, you travel for the first half of the day. Once again, you're not getting any closer, or you haven't found anything that would lead you to believe you've gotten any closer yet. If you're going to continue for the rest of that day.
Yep.
Physic.
Alright, so now you have traveled, pretty much you went south a day, then southwest a day, now you've gone west an entire day. So you are now significantly far away from the orc camp, and probably not going to be easy to find it at this point. To find your way back 3 days randomly through the forest, because you're following a trail that doesn't really exist, heading in a direction that you don't know where you're going. So to somehow find your way back to that one spot that is probably 20, 30 miles away from here may be a very tall order at this point.
Physic, I think it's time we call it.
Is anybody else thinking that?
No.
think maybe Ned wanted to do this.
At least you know he's safe. I mean, isn't that what every parent wants for their kid?
Yeah, I just wasn't ready for him to move out.
Well, he aged super quick, so, you know, it's college.
Maybe he's not.
Well, has there been any evidence to show that he's not okay?
None whatsoever. He's
Sometimes
he would
kids
not
don't
run
do
this
that.
long.
Look, I'm more worried about getting back. Like, what are we gonna do? Go north again or northeast? I mean,
I think it'd be our safest bet to just go north with a little bit of east. That way, we eventually cut back to the more obvious entrenchment dug out by the dirigible.
Well, that was only about a quarter of a mile stretch where it hit and tore through the. So it's not like a huge, big, ginormous eyesore that covers miles of distance.
Alternatively, I purposely didn't cast to leave no trace, so that we'd be able to retrace our steps a little easier.
well, I mean, if we walk to the northeast, generally, at the speed we've been tracking, we should be in the general area in 3 days, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean you can.
Roughly?
You can travel in that direction to get approximately back there for sure. But
yeah, fine, right.
And
but there's a wolf. You sure you don't want to go another couple of days?
No.
Door. Bad.
Do you want to say something, Physic?
Do you want a minute?
Can
Yeah,
say
maybe.
a few words.
He's not dead.
That's not what I meant. Some words of goodbye.
Just gonna need a moment, guys.
Okay.
Just gonna sit at the tree.
I'm gonna back up and give him some space.
Just looking out west where the tracks kind of lead off.
I'll come back to the group.
How long do you think this is going to take?
Just
Shut up, Jash.
Does it matter?
it's okay, Josh.
Oh no, I just want to get a move on. So, while he does his thing, I think was good. Well, did we ever look for tracks of anything else that came into the camp? I don't think we did. We just looked for Jash and started running off into the middle of the forest.
Ned.
Yeah. Y'all basically.
Well, what did I-
Jash.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm Jack. on a mistake.
Tracks him dead and run off into the forest. I think that's our next thing to do.
Well, the next thing to do is to find that Ark encampment again. Maybe we'll just
Yes.
follow the stench of death. We'll pray that the weather goes where the wind blows the corpses.
What?
Here we are.
For sure. Yeah.
Why are we talking about corpses? Nobody's dead, okay?
The
Well,
orc corpses.
there's lots of people that are dead. We know that. There's plenty of dead people. We just need to get back to them, which is odd.
So at this
Josh.
point,
What did your dad do?
Me? My dad? I have no idea. Never met him.
What about you, Dell?
They're doing just fine. Nothing special about them.
They didn't. What did he do for a living?
Whatever he could to survive and pay for all of us. Wasn't enough. And I'll leave it at that.
Wasn't enough, but he did everything he could? Are you serious?
100%.
He did everything he could, and you said it wasn't enough.
Well, the good news is it was in a city and there were walls, so it was all, self-contained.
You don't talk to him. Ever.
Nope.
And he did everything he could to give you life.
Yep.
Marigold, I know you don't have a really great relationship with your dad, but
Oh, my dad's a scumbag.
what did he do?
What didn't he do? He's a greedy bastard. I don't want to talk about him.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
Was he proud of you?
Hell no. He disowned me. That's the last thing he did.
I think you and I have more in common than we knew.
Did your dad publicly disown you in front of the whole town?
No, he would never want the town to know what I was.
My dad wanted everyone to know what I was.
A wonderful swordswoman.
Saltman.
Swordsman.
Well, I think your convictions are great. You want to help everyone. Any dad should be happy for that.
That's what I thought too. Why are we talking about dads?
Well, whether he asked for the job or not, Physic kind of is one.
It's true. Poor guy.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and take a break at this point, and see what happens when we get back.
Physic has written a long-winded letter and is wrapping it up in a bottle, putting that bottle under a rock underneath the tree here, like at the base root of the tree,
Okay.
and going to grow a good berry and break it on the rock to leave a scent.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
This is cute.
As a-
It's
as
on
some
Instagram,
kind of-
guys.
Wait, to leave his scent? How? I'm
Because
sorry, I
it's
missed that part.
it's nostalgic for him because like
It's a good berry.
it's a good berry.
Oh, a good berry.
So then he can if he's half wolf at this point, then he'll
Oh,
smell
it's
it.
baby food. I smell it.
This whole thing freaking rhymes. How did you do that so
No,
fast?
Wait, it rhymes? How?
It's a whole poem.
Wait, what?
Okay,
Oh, did you put it on
do you want
Instagram?
to read it?
Is it free verse?
Do you wanna
Because
read the poem?
that's specific with me right now. This is 43.5%.
God Nick Amelia
Sorry.
Danyon II of the
Okay.
hidden arbor tree. We followed you into the brush and counted days till 3. We know you're well and fear not that you wouldn't make it well. But that us 5 without the gift, the chance to bid it fell. So should you find this last seed hope that we could say goodbye, we'll leave our tracks and childhood sense away which you could scry. Should you choose to find a life out in sheltered vine, I pray that we will meet again at a point in life or time.
Ah!
Wherever my life may go, I will take you with me, Physic.
All right, cool.
Aww.
Alrighty, so you're gonna leave that. So you're leaving that like under a rock, with
Yeah.
like just staying it with some good berries,
Yeah.
in the hopes that he'll smell it out and find it.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
That was really good, Fizzy.
Aw,
Says the player, not Daleth, because he didn't
No,
read it.
I love that. That's awesome.
Alrighty.
You just do painting, not writing, right?
I'm an artist.
An artist.
Oh, that covers all good.
I work in mostly film.
Sketch drawings, 32
Oh, you do
frames per
film as
second.
well? I'm sorry, this isn't the conversation for the film. Go
Alright,
ahead.
so what do you guys want to do? You've left the rock, so you're going to leave that rock there. Let's get back on track. Come on.
Yep, and he's just basically as soon as that's down, he's just gonna pop up, feeling a lot better about the situation. Just be like, "All right, so are we walking back in the direction, or are we following the tracks?" As if like none of this is.
I think we should find the encampment, and then try to find the other tracks that might lead to the prisoners that might have been taken.
Right. So.
Northeast-ish?
What would be easy? What would you think would have a better success of us doing that?
To find it, I think if we follow our tracks back, since we're not. I mean, we left some pretty hefty tracks, yeah.
I mean, you guys would have left a fairly robust set of tracks. If you want to try to track your own way back, you can definitely try to do that.
That'd probably be our best bet, and it's not going to take as long to track our way back then because we. And there's a couple of checkpoints, so. Like a stick in the
Alright.
ground and a dead boar.
And your little poem got a vote of inspiration
Aw.
Oh,
going up and
perfect,
above and
guys.
beyond, and yeah, that's gonna carry by a long shot. So,
Wait, let me
all
vote.
right, so let's go ahead
let me
and
vote.
award Satch with
Well deserved. Well deserved,
light
Satch.
bulb.
an inspiration light bulb. Ba-ding! There you go, light bulb for you.
Lower.
I've always wanted a light bulb again.
There you
You
go.
deserve it with
Good
all the
call,
little
good call,
sketches
guys.
and
All
the
right.
journal and everything.
Okay. So,
Yeah, gonna roll a search check on that then.
yeah,
Find a way back. Yeah.
go ahead.
Alright.
Ah! Look at him. It's obvious. You can see the dirty great footprints.
Natural
of Jack
20!
And there's the natural 20 as well
There's
to
the
top
Oh,
it
you
off.
rolled a 20! Oh no, you beat Jane to it!
Inspiration and
I missed what
You
that
get
was
the first
for.
natural 20 of the night, which means those of you that bet on Satch,
Wow!
you
okay,
get
just
gold.
Look at the
Yay!
Chris
Look at
Tactics,
the
Resto
rolls.
Ranger, the Stacian, and Mike. There you go. Nice. Natural 20. Yeah, it is
Oh, Chris,
easy
you want- oh,
for you to
God.
follow the tracks back.
Alright.
You know, some lightly swift traveling wolves and a athletic young man versus this dirty great stomping size 14s of Jash and Marigold. It's a lot easier to find.
Alright.
All right. So, what's up, Jeep? How you doing, man? Just to avoid too much dead air, you're going to travel back. It's going to take you almost as long. Maybe not quite as long. Sub-hype Jeep. Thank you for that, my friend. Much love. Take your pants off. Hit the hype. There you go, buddy. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Yeah, so it'll take you. You'll probably be traveling a little bit faster. So instead of it taking 3 full days to get back, probably only takes you about 2.5 days. And because you are tracking your way directly back, following the tracks, you will be able to find your way back to the orc camp itself. So let me go ahead and get you back there.
Why you bring a druid, guys?
Hey, gotta love it. Gotta love it, Jared.
You are a lifesaver, Physic.
All
Then again,
right,
so is everyone here.
I'm
So.
Also
literally one,
Risker.
though. Don't forget that.
Also Risker. I make everybody hunt scorpions.
Yeah, honestly, the gnomes don't have a really great track record at this point.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you find your way back to the encampment. Of course, it's been about 6 days since you were here last. By now, the carrion birds have done their best to eat the majority of the dead orc corpses that are left. Especially now they're in a nicely decayed form.
Well, maybe we'll try to get lucky and find some tracks around this place.
So, north
Yeah.
and east of it. Right?
Yeah, Physic, I know you spent the most of this week hunched over searching, but could you do it again, maybe for the?
Yeah, it's kind of imperative. We might want to establish that the grounds are safe first, because last time,
Last time it had attracted the attention of other things.
yeah. So maybe check the premises first, and then once we've established a base camp here, we can.
Well, we could just raise the ladder from the hole.
No, I mean make sure there's nothing in the fort. I'd like to see inside.
Got it. Right. My fault.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
Hop up on the rock and take a look.
Alright, so clambering up on the rock and looking inside it, pretty much, other than seeing a small group of carrion birds float up into the sky as soon as you disturb them, that's about it. You know, it looks like large black birds have pecked out the eyeballs and generally feasted upon the twice dead, tenderized orc flesh. But beyond that, It looks very much as you saw it before.
Hey, Del, if you got your bow, you might want to pick one of those off.
You want me to shoot the birds that have been eating the corpses of the things that were corpses before?
No, let's not do
bygones. It's just we've expended extra rations on a couple of nights out.
I'm kind of with or with Rush here. I don't want to shoot these carrion birds. They're death.
That's gross, dude.
I can purify it.
They were also eating ghoul or corpses.
What does it matter? I make food and water for you guys every single morning.
Right.
Yeah, I'll
See
stick
what
with the kale.
Marigold, I will eat whatever you make. I don't care what it tastes like, and I'm gonna say that without like any.
Yeah, no, I'm with Rush here.
All right.
Because but good idea.
Wait, clearly you think it's a bad idea. But good idea.
All right.
No, to you, Marigold, to you.
Oh.
Of making food. Good idea. No, bad idea. Sorry if I was confusing anyone. But I am not shooting carrion birds that are eating 2 times or ghoul meat.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
fine,
objection
fine.
isn't so much in shooting them, it's in what you're going to do with them once they're shot, right?
Right, exactly.
I really don't want to eat that. All right, okay.
You guys are weird. I'm just gonna go ahead and start edging up to the edge of the rock and ask for assistance. Stuff.
Who wouldn't want to eat a
Yeah,
vulture?
I'll help you back into the tower. I'll do a little gnome chucking,
No, I'm chucking. It's been a minute.
Wait, are we gonna
No,
we gonna
I'm
look for
joking.
tracks on the inside, not on the outside?
Yeah, good point.
Well, we gotta know what's going on.
I will go inside with Josh and we'll secure the interior perimeter.
All right. Well, either way, I need to get down.
So I'm gonna climb down the ladder and just walk around the inside of this encampment.
All right, you just want to walk the perimeter and keep an eye out, make sure nothing strange
Yeah,
has occurred.
listen down the hole as I circle it, see if I hear any noises that alert that there's something down there.
All right,
Should I do a listen check or?
sure. Go over to the hole and have a listen.
No need for me to do that.
Tentacles just comes out and grabs.
Yeah, seriously.
Go on. What arm can it do?
My listen check is horrible, so fun.
Yeah. Nope. Strange wind sounds and stuff like that, but that's about it.
Okay.
It smells. There's a
Yeah.
pungent reek coming from that hole for sure. All
I'm
that
just give a
decayed
thumbs up.
corpses with only one small place for the, unpleasant smells to escape from. Yeah, it pretty much smells like a death oven.
I'm gonna give a thumbs up, even though I don't feel secure in the thumbs up, and I'm gonna just start clambering to the east of this encampment
Okay.
to join them as they hopefully meet me on the other side.
Can
right.
someone
Yep.
please help me down the rock?
Yeah, hold on.
I'm gonna come
Please don't let me
down
break my head.
and kind of go
All right.
and wait,
Whee!
catch you and set you down.
Okay. So, Fezzik, are you, you're looking for
Making my way
tracks?
around it. Yep, I'm gonna make my way over to where Del seems to think the
Okay.
tracks are, and
So
Or,
guess.
it's not a bad thought.
well, yeah, I mean, obviously he's assuming that they try to come in through the most accessible point. But,
And then they probably would have left the same way.
all right. So give me a track roll then, Mr. Fezzik.
Physique.
All right. You can see some very faint scuff marks and tracks, but it's been such a long time. Things have interfered with it. Other things have crossed over the tracks. It's the best you can tell is it looks like a couple of maybe a large deer or something riding a goat or something might have traveled eastwards from here.
Riding a goat.
Yeah, the tracks that you find basically what appears to be sets like a four goat footprints, like cloven feet.
Huh.
I don't know. I think it's.
Wait,
What physic?
Beast men with horns, on 2 legs, goat feet.
Wait,
No, those aren't real.
what are we talking about? Goatmen?
Where did we get goat from? I've heard wolves in the past hour. But...
They're here. I'm kind of pointing at the ground. Just like,
He's kind of showing you what looks like some strange indentations that are half caved in, and there's bits of twig and stuff in it. There's a marking there, but to most of you, unless he traces it with his finger, you can barely notice what he's pointing at.
Physic, I believe what you tell me, but I don't understand it.
yeah, me neither. But
Wait,
then,
if
I
you
don't-
don't understand it, there's a
That's-
problem.
No, it's just, fairy tales and reality are weird. Anyway,
What fairy tale have you read? Enlighten us.
my dad, back when we were on friendlier terms, would tell me the story of a Robin Goodfellow. It was basically just a guy who would con people. But
No,
he was.
wait, I've heard this before. Wait, what does this have to do with us?
I think I have some inclination of what we might be dealing with, but it could also just be goblins on goats. So,
Oh my goodness, goblins on goats.
can I
Lions and
can
tigers and
roughly
goblins
tell
on
which way they
goats.
went?
Oh my!
Well,
roughly
I mean,
tell
if
which way
that's
they
the only track we have, but
So, yeah, that's our lead.
Okay, it's a lead. Let's follow goats.
Can I make out the heading right now, or is it too hard to tell?
It went east, but once it gets to the tree line, you got no chance.
wait.
Ah,
So after the tree line, we lose it?
Yeah, I mean,
so
he could
I'd
barely,
go right up to it
he
and
could
just be like,
barely
huh.
find the imprints, or the footprints after all this time across the softer ground. Once it gets inside the trees and stuff like that, it's not fast. It's not something that he can follow.
This is why I was so dead set on finding Ned. He was much better at this.
Oh God, what do we do?
Guess? Do we guess?
Do we have time?
I
to
mean, we know the general direction, sort
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Just start heading that way, and then maybe we'll stumble across fresh tracks or something.
Yeah.
Maybe Cece left a ribbon.
I mean, if
Again
they're-
with the ribbon.
Okay, I love you to death, Marigold, but how well do you remember Cece?
I only remember her slightly.
Slightly?
I
Slightly.
know I've been acting like she's
little
my
bit.
best friend, but honestly,
you said you knew her bones.
That's true, you did.
I thought you would
Okay,
understand
guys.
I was making a silly joke. Why would I know someone's bones?
You would
Oh,
make a
jeez.
joke about someone's bones? I don't think so.
Make a joke about anything.
What
Try to
about
stay
searching
positive.
to the north to see if there's any tracks from north that came from the north? At least then we can kind of like do away.
Okay, I mean, yeah, process of elimination. That makes okay.
Okay.
Maybe these were just orcs' goats.
Goats.
The Undervale orc goat trade. They trade goats under the veil.
Hey, someone's got to trade goats.
Did
give
Nutmeg ever tell
give
me
me a
about
search
that?
check for the northern part of the encampment, then.
Okay. I don't think Nutmeg ever told me about that.
You have a little bit more luck. You also find what seems to be a single goat trail that seems to have come in and left almost over the exact same kind of path. But the more you look at it, the more it's kind of confusing you.
How so?
They're incredibly deep, and they seem to have been gone over numerous times.
What?
It's almost as if it wasn't, in fact, a goat. It's almost as if it was a lot of two-legged goats that painstakingly followed the exact same path in single file.
Ooh.
What?
So intelligent
So
goats
weird.
or intelligent people riding the goats?
Tall, strategic goats who may or may not be intelligent. Guys,
But
you're gonna
wait,
want
they
to take a
said
look
they're
at this.
for two-legged beasts.
With horns, which goats, and
Two-legged goats.
yeah, we got that.
Satyrs?
I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, possibly.
Where the hell are we?
Under the veil. Perhaps these tracks will lead us a little more elegantly to where we're going.
And we should take precautions
Elegantly.
this time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's walk in formation.
Maybe do
Or-
your spell. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do
So
it.
we went from werewolves to wolves, people to goats.
To
So
goat
did we
people.
land on goats?
To
Goat
orc
people?
goats.
Well, I did. I mean, when I was a kid, I heard stories about demons and devils, and they have
Oh
weird
my-
feats.
Are you Cecilia got taken by a demon?
No, I believe that as much as I would believe a goat person. I've never heard of a
Demons.
goat person before.
Everybody gather around. Everybody just gather around.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna drop the hide prince spell.
The pass without trace spell.
The official name.
Wow.
Hide
that has me
prince. I'm
freaking out.
gonna change it.
Cast my hide print spell. Yep.
Pass without trace. Yeah, there you go.
Shaggy, if we end up having to deal with demons, I swear to God.
Now, I think the satires are more accurate, but
Alrighty. Okay. So you've successfully masked your traces.
Yeah. Hide prince.
and I guess we're going to follow the goat tracks.
So you want to follow the ones that are to the north?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Goats. Are you kidding me?
Okay, I mean, they are definitely clearer and easier to follow than the marks to the east.
Also, good call, Daleth. Good call.
These goat people, can they jump high?
They're demons. They can jump as high as they want.
Well, I mean, I just think, like, I've heard of mountain goats, right? A rare thing. I mean, they can do steep things, right?
And if they're carrying their entire body on two legs, then they would probably have even more of a jump and kick power in their legs.
So could they theoretically
Climb
jump
mountains.
over this palisade? And maybe not all of them would need to go in through this side entrance?
Maybe
Are
they
goats
ran
allowed
out
for jumping.
because the tracks on the outside were a lot harder to read. It's very possible they snuck up single file and ambushed from the north, jumping over the. And then
Why would they be single
and that-
file?
Then the tracks you found to the east are from the prisoner, because you can't jump with the prisoner, right? Because that would just be cruel to the prisoner, I guess.
Why would goats take prisoner?
Why would goats be goats?
I don't know.
either way, this is our
Well, yes.
and we should proceed
That may
with
be my
caution,
fault.
Because,
I'm
uh,
sorry. I
which
can't
might
follow.
mean keeping our.
So, Gore, before we leave, and to the north of this encampment map, there is the rest of the encampment, and it does have a watchtower, right?
Yes.
And is that watchtower in decent shape? Like, as good a
It
shape
is-
as the other
yeah,
three?
Absolutely. Yep.
And the palisade is like 20 feet tall, or?
No, the palisades are only about 12 feet tall at the most.
Okay.
Like half the length of your average gator. Okay.
All right, I guess we're going north.
All right.
North.
Well, we're
Okay.
following the tracks in the north.
Right.
All right. So you begin to follow the goat-like tracks northwards from here. Alright, give me another tracking check. Probably maybe 300 or 400 yards once you're past the encampment itself.
Is that a pig?
Okay.
Aw.
It would appear that this line of tracks intersects with 3 other sets of tracks.
Jeez.
It almost looks like a vast number of these things came from the northeast. They broke into 3 separate groups. One looks like it traveled further east, which possibly might lead down into where you saw the original tracks, and the other 2 sort of headed off northwards, which is of course the direction that you're coming from. Your best guess, there were dozens of these.
Jeebus. So the orcs and the goblins were taken out by goats? This sounds weird to me, guys. Are you sure?
You might want to keep it down. There are a lot of them. I don't want to alert them.
Well, the good news that we can take away from this is that they were weakened to some degree. I mean, the orcs put up some fight, right? So,
Did they
Not at
though?
all. It's not
You
on.
never.
It's
I mean,
not-
you
We didn't
did
see
not
any
find
dead-
a single
Anything dead.
corpse
Right,
of
but-
anything else. Doesn't
but we
mean
did see blooded
necessarily-
weapons.
Sorry, you did.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. They got their licks in, so there might be a lot of them, but they're wounded to some degree.
Yeah.
Just trying to be optimistic here, as the siren goes by.
Yeah.
Those goats better look out.
In a second, we're going to watch Shaggy get swatted.
Not funny.
It
Let's
isn't
go.
funny.
Let's
I'm
go.
glad they've started busting people for that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Let's
what's north of here? I mean, just more forest, right?
Mhm.
Any
Well, it
mountains in the
seems to
distance?
go more northeast.
Yeah, we've got to be pretty close to the other mountain range.
Are we?
A lot closer to
Gort-
that. That you would, in theory, you're closer to it than you are your own.
But can we see it in the distance, or is
No,
it
not through this tree line.
not through the tree lines?
You'd have to climb up and see. And I'm not about to put us through that again.
Okay, so let's go northeastish, I guess.
Yeah, you guys try and keep a low profile. I know it's kind of hard in the armor and such, but
No, profile is not my thing really, but I'll try.
yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and make life a little easier here. And can I just, yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so you continue traveling in a northeastward direction, following the large herd of goat footprints. Let me just cover this real quick while I grab this. Oh, stop. I'm covering up the dice pane for a second. It's intentional.
Hey, Josh, you want to get to my flank here?
Flank. I want to be on the flank.
Josh is on flank.
I guess I got to be in the back because I'm slow. That's okay. I'm beside Marigold. It works.
I love how you put the gun right into his head.
I have it to Jackson's back of the head all the time. I don't trust that son of a bitch. Move it, Jash. Move
Come
it.
on.
More
right.
prisoners!
Held at gunpoint the entire time under.
The whole time.
No, instead
Okay,
I
I never
rested
realized.
on Jash's shoulder. Just like,
All right,
Oh,
so
so you
is
definitely-
that the
okay.
formation you guys are walking on right now?
yeah.
Okie dokie. I would say in that case, probably all of you can go ahead and give me a spot check.
Ooh.
Here we go. Go people. Hype. Not with that roll.
The vigilant.
19.
Oh, look at Physic.
Woo!
Did you get another 20?
20 again?
No, 18.
No, he
but
didn't.
it's plus.
He rolled an
Plus
18, but he's got a
12.
mega
Wow,
plus.
I suck.
I don't see anything.
I just see a bald head in front of
The
me.
only person that
I
hasn't
see the
rolled
barrel of
is,
the gun sticking out next to my eye.
Marigold.
I took off the goggles and I was still like.
You're not rolling, Marigold?
I'm sorry.
You don't have to. You can be oblivious. I don't care.
No, please roll because I sucked.
Yeah, I should pull up. There we go.
What's
All I
he doing?
see is your
What were all of
voluptuous
those
Why
dice?
are all those D4s
What the
rolling?
heck?
What the hell is that all about?
Oh, but I
Why are
rolled
we
a
so
2.
distracted?
2 plus 3 is... I have no
What
idea
are all
what your
those
macro just did.
dice?
You rolled a 5. Hit it again, because I just want to see if it does it again or if it was just a weird Roll20 glitch.
No, it can't be.
Dang
Yeah,
it.
see? It was a weird Roll20 glitch. That was
It
strange.
totally can. Okay.
Glitches.
That was so bizarre. Rolled 3d4 in amongst a d20 for nothing. Oh, gotta love it. Okay, well, the 21, of course, doesn't count because it was the 5.
Take it.
But Physic, up ahead, in kind of this little cluster of bushes that you can kind of see up here, you, out of the corner of your eye, you see the slightest and faintest of movements. And that is just inside. Yeah, you do. Obviously, the humans had little to no chance of seeing it anyway, but with your ability to see better in the dark, you caught a glimpse of something. Something is in that bush. What it is, you have no clue.
Is it a big bush?
Well, at this point,
So-
only
so-
Physic is aware of it.
So at that point, I would
That
kind of
makes
like
sense.
just kind of lift my arms kind of up to the legs of the two walking behind me and just kind of tap and just be like strafe, and then work my way over towards the tree over here to like get some kind of cover from it.
All right.
So are you kind of
Try-
moving us in the
try-
direction?
So
yeah,
you
show
are?
me where you're moving to.
I imagine he meant like this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm like trying to like sidle over this way and
Oh, I
like
see, I
guide
see.
them in a pathway. It doesn't look like we just
Sidle?
totally changed direction, but
Well, it kind of sort of did because you all just went walking
Yeah,
this
I was
way
just
and
kinda-
then suddenly
yeah,
went.
but
Oh,
I didn't want it to
no,
look
no,
like
no, no."
super sudden, so it was more just like the.
A casual sliding.
Like we were just gonna take a break for a while.
Yeah, on this
Yeah,
nice
we just-
tree.
Yeah, but on the other side of it, looking this
Right.
direction.
Well, I'm gonna make a dice roll and see how dumb these things really are or how smart they are. All right.
It's not very often you get adventurers who walking straight all of a sudden start sliding to the right. You know?
Sideways turning motion.
And then you hear them go shh.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
This is
imagine
for
all
chat.
of us like slide through the door like.
Let's see.
Oh, that's a gift to me.
Okay. All right. They seem, yeah. No, whatever it is in that bush has done nothing.
There's something over that direction. I don't like it.
We want me to go over there and take care of it.
Something.
I don't. Maybe we should like, I don't know, reroute a little bit.
But aren't we trying to find these things?
Josh.
Yeah, but I'm also trying not to get us into an ambush.
Well, if there's something over there and we were walking in this direction, there's probably something to my right as well.
I'm going to take a look over to his right as well.
All right. Give me a squint in that direction then.
Squint isn't a skill gore.
That's a pretty good
I
squint,
mean
though.
spot.
Of all the squints you could have done, that's a pretty good
Natural
squint.
20!
Oh,
On the grounds that you Actually, that was Daleth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Del got a...
Booyah, muddas. I wanted to say something else, but
What does
it's
that
mudda
mean?
butters.
So Daleth gets a natural 20 on his looking in that direction.
God.
Accept it, okay?
You don't
Alright,
deserve it. Take it away after that. Take it away.
There's really not any bushes or anything like that that could hide much in that direction, and you're fairly sure that there's nothing up in the trees that you can see. It looks fairly clear.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything.
Is there better cover over that way?
No. There's no bushes or anything.
There's actually considerably less cover over that way. I mean, there's trees, of course, plenty of trees.
But we know that way's clear.
All right.
At least for
What I see.
50 or 60 feet, anyway.
Maybe we should try talking to whatever's in there.
Without alerting the
bush?
entire woods, how do we...
Is it a goat?
I mean, I don't know. I don't speak goat.
I can.
Is that a language?
Not true.
I mean,
Goats burrow. Never mind.
maybe you let them know if it is a goat that we're not friends to orcs, so that we have something in common. In common. Something in common. Okay.
No,
But who's gonna talk to a goat?
I can cast tongues. Clearly, they're an intelligent creature, whatever they are, right?
How do we know that?
They haven't
Cuz-
attacked us yet.
Or scared?
They clearly had formations and killed a bunch of orcs and goblins. They are
And
intelligent.
so did we.
But we don't know if that's what's in there. Right?
So why don't I cast tongues and try to speak to it?
Okay.
Okay.
If it backfires, we're all backing you up, okay?
Okay, thanks. As I do this, every time I say anything, I'm going to repeat it back in English softly. English, in common. to my friends.
Alright, so what are you saying and in what language?
I'll try,
In goat.
I'll try, like...
Do you speak Gotanese?
Yeah, I speak Gotanese. I'll try the language of... Was it Sylvan first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Try
think
that one.
goats would be Sylvan. They could
So-
be Fae, right? It could be a satyr.
Alright, so what are you gonna... How are you gonna do this? The thing that you're assuming, it's about 75 to 80 feet away in the bushes.
Is it really quiet around us, or is it loud?
No, it's quiet. I mean, there's the odd
Okay.
bird and cricket chirp, but I mean, it's
So, I'll
fairly tranquil and quiet down here.
Mr. Tumnus, is that you?
so I'm just gonna go. There's somebody out there. We
And
come
you're saying
in
that in
peace.
Sylvan?
Yes.
Alright.
Chirp, chirp. Chitter, chitter.
There is no reply.
And then I'll say that in a bunch of other languages.
Okay,
Elvish,
name them.
Orc.
Celestial?
There is Celestial. There's also
Infernal? There's a lot.
Goblin, deep
Goblin.
speech.
God, if it answers back in
I feel
Infernal,
like
let's
they
just
probably
run.
maybe know Goblin or Orcish.
So you're gonna
I'll
just
try
kind of
those
like
two.
waffle on and say
I'll just
that
say
in every language
we
you
come
can.
in peace in all the
shoot to
languages,
kill,
and
shoot
that's
to
it.
kill. Alright.
Shoot. I'm gonna say we're gonna shoot to kill.
Alright, so you say that numerous times in numerous languages, somewhere around the 8th or 9th language, whatever that happens to be, suddenly the bushes explode. And when I say explode, they suddenly go shh as things come flooding out of them.
What?
And what seems to be 3 rather skinny and scrawny goblins break out of the
hell?
bush and start running as fast as their wicked little goblin legs will carry them directly northeast of where you are. Like they're going in
Away
the
from
direct
us.
opposite direction of where you guys are.
So they're afraid of us.
So you see them bust out of the things and they just start booking it.
Marigold,
Oh.
say you're on a revenge quest from that other goblin.
We're on a revenge quest to save a goblin kind. I'm gonna yell at a goblin.
If they hear you or don't hear you, it's really irrelevant because you don't know. They're still running. They are fleeing quickly, rapidly through
Goddamn
the
little
trees.
fucker.
I'm gonna look around, see if
Are they
they're
scouts?
following.
Were those goblins?
Goblins.
They might have been scouts.
Then we need to stop them.
Or clear out. We still can't be tracked.
Okay, well, which one do we do? You guys want to run?
Yeah, wait, Vincent. We're here for the goat. I mean, maybe these things are trying to avenge your own fallen brethren, you know? Like, they're following the same tracks we are, and...
Or they could be alerting someone else.
Well, that's
Like
true.
right now.
You should follow
Either
them
way,
now.
I don't want to be waiting here for them to get back.
Okay, so let's follow them?
Yes.
Maybe alongside so we can still book it out. I don't know.
Correct. I like that idea.
Mm.
Keep a distance from them, but try to follow them.
I mean, we're going this way anyway. We might as well continue.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Marigold. I didn't know I could move you.
So
Oh, you may still have, from when
So
Marigold
we're-
was
formation,
not
formation.
here.
We're
Let me
gonna-
fix that.
We're gonna follow in our formation.
Should Josh be at the front?
Aren't I?
He's at the front-ish.
Yeah. I guess that
On the
that
side.
All right.
He's in front of me, so...
It's very clear after not too long that the fact that they were heading in the same direction as you was purely coincidental, because they are now fleeing more directly northwards. They're clearly not following the tracks that you were following. And they were probably just going in the quickest and most direct route away from where you were.
We're so
Oh,
scared
so
of
they're
us.
not returning
Okay.
to someone. They're just trying to get away from us?
We're both. But we still have tracks to follow, so...
And now we
So do
know
we
there's
follow
goblins.
Yeah, I mean, there were just 3 of them that you saw anyway.
Okay.
I'm less afraid of the goblins than I am the goat people, right?
Yeah.
We don't even know if there are goat people at this point.
So true.
I don't know. And I'm looking at the ground covered in goat people tracks.
Yep, there's, as I said, there's clearly dozens of them, whatever they were. It's an awful lot of goats anyway, at the very least. Very,
Oh, weird.
Diligent, heavy goats.
yeah, big, heavy goats.
Okay.
Goats that, you know,
Hop around on their back 2 legs.
Vincent, let's continue following this trail for the goats.
Yeah.
Rush and Marigold, keep your eyes to the left to see if there's goblins. I don't know.
Are goat people? You got it.
Okay.
Or watching us, you know? Because maybe they're, you know.
So it's getting kind of dark, and I recognize.
and it is starting to get pretty dark, and of course goblins can see pretty well in the dark, and you can't.
Can goats see well in the dark? Because that's something we might need to know too. I imagine they could if they are the one. If these theoretical goat people are the ones that attacked the orc camp.
I think you're right, Rush.
They had a bonfire that was put out quite decisively. It might be that they realized that they were being overtaken quite quickly by things that could see better with the light and went to put it out.
That didn't help them though. Apparently.
It didn't, but it might have been a step in their reaction to him. I don't know.
Well, let's go as a little bit more until
And
it's useless,
see it-
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
see if we can.
So you
see if we can
travel
find a
on
good
following
spot
the
to-
goat trails. You're fairly confident that you will have no effort in finding those goat paths, the goat path again tomorrow, based on how deep and numerous the footprints were. I mean, quite honestly, it's like a fairly large raiding party stomped all of its way through here. So even when you can't see the footprints, the bushes and the plants and fauna are all crushed into the ground for the most part.
But we do know
They
that
didn't try to hide themselves at all.
Oh, they clearly didn't try to hide themselves as they
But-
traveled.
towards the encampment they did. They walked in single file. Like
Once they were close to the encampment,
Once they were
definitely
close.
not. Yeah, initially.
makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
It
So let's-
makes sense to you.
Yeah, let's rest tonight and then continue
Okay.
tomorrow.
But maybe a little bit distant from where we were just
Not
spotted
right
by
here,
some
yeah.
by some goblins.
Okay.
Yes.
So continue a little bit, and then maybe make a bit of a berth. And
All right. And are you gonna camp up in the trees yet again?
if there's like a good spot to do that, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you'll find
I don't want
some.
to be trampled by goat people who aren't afraid of us in the middle of the night.
Yes, up in a tree. I'll
I
take
can't
first
find our
watch.
and we have no tracks leading up to them, so that's perfect. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that's too much weight in one tree.
Thanks.
Marigold's in the tree.
I can't even
You
see
can only be in
those
one tree by
trees.
yourself, Marigold. You're too big.
That's no, I meant three to a tree is too many in a tree.
I
didn't
got
mean-
it. I didn't mean.
All
I'm
right.
proud of who I am.
And you should be.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, none of the, none of the things, whatever they are, or the goblins, come anywhere near you. The goblins seemed quite content to get away from you and do not come back to interfere with you at any point this evening. So, yep, you are uninterfered with during the night.
I'm going to change a spell.
Hurt when people don't.
You don't hear any, like what you have heard before, creatures moving around below the trees in the dark and stuff like that. You don't hear any of that. It's almost like nature doesn't really want to be around here either.
Oh, great. That always works out well.
Yeah, that's we're getting close to the goat people.
Theoretical goat people.
We'll see
At
when
this
we get
point,
there.
I'm hoping they're goat people, not demons or something weird like that.
Alrighty. Do you plan on just continuing to follow those paths tomorrow?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright.
With pass without trace, I mentioned
Yep.
again. Right?
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Let me go ahead and move you guys 1,000 miles along here.
Oh,
then, so I
Jeebus,
can-
we're back at the dirigible.
But so was Ned. No.
Ned!
Just ignore everything you see up until
Okay.
now. There you go.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh,
All
what the-
right. So you guys finally kind of get through. You've started noticing for the last few hours the terrain has been considerably more rocky and difficult to traverse. A lot of boulders are in and amongst the undergrowth of the trees. And the trees seem to become more gnarly, more blighted. The ground itself seems to be a lot harsher.
Yeah.
Finally, you get to where you can see the edge of a large cliff face. It looks like at some point a whole chunk of hillside just slid and collapsed down here. What you can see looking out in front of you, other than a cave entrance, there are large, cruel-looking spikes, some of which have heads impaled on them. There are some skeleton forms of various different creatures, including some of the, what you like to call duckosaurs, are discarded in front of the cave, as well as piles of what look like humanoid skulls. Tied to a huge iron chain, however, right here, is a colossal-looking diabor. Which you have seen and had plenty of interesting times with in the past.
So these are the Duckosaur things?
There's some Duckosaur things there. There also appears to be some really sick and twisted totem that's been erected right outside the cave entrance.
Okay.
From here, it's a little difficult to make out, but you can definitely see that it has got horns on it, and humanoid skulls hanging from it as well.
So we are actually, at this point, I know we're on the map, but we are farther from this than... Because we just emerge on the scene, right? And the second we see it, we probably...
Yeah, the tree line is
observe it.
basically right where you are. So you're kind of looking at it. And make sure I've got the map size right here. Hang on. Sure. Yeah, no, that's about right. Yeah, you're not, but probably 30, 40 feet away from the thing.
And it's sleeping, you said.
I did not say that.
Oh, okay.
No, it actually is... It's basically snuffling the ground like... but it is clearly has a huge big iron collar around its neck that's attached to a big thick chain that seems to be wedged under these two huge boulders over here.
Would goats have a dire boar for a pet? I'm gonna ask Physic like he would know. I mean,
Yeah, totally.
uh,
No,
we-
they would no.
Well, can't you
then what are we dealing with?
talk with it or
I
something?
Talk with the.
Just put it to sleep.
I could talk to it.
Oh yeah, put it to sleep. Yeah.
You can talk to it.
I could.
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
Why are you making that face?
Because that
If
would
you
be
can
getting
talk-
close to it.
All right.
But
You've
if
noticed that the thing has stopped snuffling the ground and it is like... and seems to be paying attention like it's sensing something in the air.
Can you put it to sleep?
I want to know if you can talk to it. Why haven't you talked to those things before?
What things before? There was nothing really to talk to.
Tire boards, the one that I electrocuted myself for.
At this
That
point,
one was already in the range.
it clearly has figured out where you are, and it bolts forward in a humongous attempt at a charge. We are going to make a dice roll to see if that chain holds.
Can you please put it to sleep?
All right, there's a 50-50 chance that chain will hold. Under a 50, it does. Over a 50, it does not. All right, the thing goes charging forward. The chain goes and pulls. You see the massive boulder actually go and move just ever so slightly, which, considering that boulder probably must weigh a ton, was no mean feat. The dire boar now is at full extent of the chain and is squealing loudly.
Yeah, put it to sleep.
Put it to sleep. Put it to sleep.
Put it to sleep.
Put it to sleep. Kill it.
Put it to sleep.
What are you doing to put it to sleep? Or
Oh, for crying out loud! And I guess I'm gonna cast deep slumber on it,
okay,
which means it has to. Let me.
yeah. Hold on, I'll pop it up.
Is that an enchantment or?
It is an enchantment. Yeah, it's like
Deep
the.
Slumber
Okay,
is an
so it's
enchantment
gonna be-
spell, so it'll have a
it's-
+2.
Yeah, level 3 is
Let me check the hit.
Let me check
Like,
my
I
spells.
think it's an 18 DC save because of the 2 feats.
Yeah, +2, level 3. Yeah, okay, so 18.
Alrighty, and you do have enough hit points to affect it, because I think that affects up to 10 hit dice worth of creatures.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so it needs to make that's a willpower check, right?
I believe I pulled up the wrong
that makes
freaking
sense.
website. Hold on. Yeah, 10 hit dice.
Alright, and it's will
And it's a willpower, yeah.
Alrighty, okay. Let's see what happens. 18 or higher to save. It does not save. Alright, the thing just lets out one more like and collapses on the floor, snoring loudly.
We kill it now. I really don't like them.
No.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, but you better be able to kill him in one shot, because if he wakes up, he's gonna...
I really don't want to get that close to it.
How long was he asleep for?
One round.
Is it one round?
Oh, that's it?
No, it's more than
It's
that.
gotta be longer than that.
Oh, it says 1 minute per level. So.
Yeah, so 7 minutes.
Long enough for us to get back in there.
I mean,
What happens if we have to leave in a hurry?
I say we let him free, and then he runs off into the distance by the time he wakes up.
or he runs into the cave.
In which case, we have the surprise.
Of him attacking us.
Or them. I don't think he's fond of being
Look,
chained up here.
It's not intelligent, right? It will probably just run away.
It's kind of. I think it's domesticated by these creatures. I mean, I think
Domesticated? You could have a pet.
That didn't look domestic.
All I know is that if we kill it, if any of them are outside, they'll see that it's dead and run in, and we'll be pincered, right? If it's just sleeping, well, they'll just think it's asleep, and they won't know
Let's
the
just
right.
go that way if we have to. Right?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
It still is no place for this thing to live. It should be on the...
Right, but I don't want to let it go until we are safe.
I feel like if it woke up and saw the woods that we just came out of and tried to walk out of it and the chain just dragged behind him, he'd pretty happily just go into the woods.
And possibly attack us at a later date.
Yeah,
You think it
but
can be
that's at a later
vengeful?
date.
Well, let's make up our mind because we're burning time right now talking. So.
It's true.
All right. I think we leave it as it is and enter the cave. We have passed without trace. It won't smell us as we pass by it. And they won't. They're not
I agree
alerted.
with Dallas on
So-
this one.
Is this all like a tall cliff edge here?
Nope, that's mostly just like broken rock and rubble
So we
that
can cross
slid
it
down
with
and
no
fell
problem.
at some point.
You think?
Yeah,
We
we
just-
go.
maybe.
We go in through the right, and if we have to run and leave, we leave this way.
Further to the right.
Let's prepare everybody. Put on your spells and protect you.
Okay.
Put on my spell.
Mage armor.
Yeah, put your spells on.
Unprepared.
I'm gonna drop bark skin on Josh.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stow my rifle and take out my bow because
I'm ready.
be stealthy. All right.
Got my sword out.
Alrighty.
Let's be stealthy, guys. Formation. Quiet and go.
Formation.
Alright, the slumbering Diabor sleeps with its head rested firmly on the roots of a huge, big upturned tree.
It probably did that.
And Rush, if it wakes up later, maybe do that again. The same thing you just did.
You
I mean,
got it.
All right. Marigold, let's
Where
go.
am I?
I guess I'll keep a close eye on it. Even though I'm the furthest one away from it, I don't want to deal with a dire boar again.
Into the cave.
To the cave. As we get closer.
Alright, at this point, you can
God, I remember
see
that.
there is a human, clearly a human head is impaled on this spike right here.
Oh, that's good news.
Is it CC?
It's short blonde hair. It looks like the head was clearly cut off. It was probably a guy, but it is maggot-ridden and
Oh,
It's not
long
CC
since
here.
it's been here a little while. Right here, there is a huge pile of corpses, basically, like bone corpses that have been picked dry. They're humanoid. They look a little bit kind of thick and bony, and their foreheads are a lot broader than the average human.
Not CC.
I'm starting to dislike these goats more and more.
I think it's safe to say that they will attack us on sight.
Probably.
So shoot to kill.
Okay.
I'm gonna chuckle to myself as I
Okay.
walk on.
Yep, you
love-
can see that
I
there are
love his
two
nervous laugh.
skeletal remains of what you call duckosaurs. At least that's what you guess they are. They're about the right size and definitely bipedal, kind of lizardy type creatures.
Go faster.
Yeah.
Really, we're like inching
for
so
everyone else.
slowly.
I'm looking at the totem pole really
Okay.
quick.
So the totem has, it's kind of like moss covered because it's obviously been here a very long time. There's chains hanging from it that have got humanoid skulls again. They're kind of broad, probably not really human, but something else. There are teeth necklaces hanging from it. It's pretty much just all, no real rhyme or reason to it. It's just put there to hang as many unpleasant things, dead things, from that you could possibly, imagine. There's even at the kind of one of the skulls hanging down is probably about this wide and about that big. Best guess, probably one of those red apes.
Do you think they're compensating for something?
The tiny hands.
I will say this: those red apes were sacred to the Agashis, so
These guys are probably demons to the Agashi.
Probably.
we're doing the Agashi a favor, right?
Sure, let's go. We're coming, Cece.
We're gonna enter the cave.
All right.
Entering the cave.
Okay, this map will be dynamically lit, so prior to going to this map, please, everybody, players, make sure you pop out chat. Do not look at the stream.
Pop out.
You are going to want to scroll. It is a very big map. You are going to want to scroll all the way to the bottom right.
Okay.
And I will put you guys there in just a second.
Okay.
Sure, everything is there. And of course, as always, to chat, the players, because it is a dynamic lighting map, they do not see what you see. So please bear that in mind. And I will have to see if I can actually get this thing to scroll in far enough. Alright, yeah, I can. Right, I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on the map. At what I can imagine is probably approximately where you're going to be. Give or take. And let's move you on. Actually, let me alter the audio before I do that.
Oh,
And we want to go with...
something horrifying.
Probably suspense theme.
Now you've got
Yeah.
that going already. Well, no, what I want is I want something catacomby or cavey. There we go.
Okay.
That's more appropriate.
I can dig
All
it.
right, let's go ahead and put you guys on the map. You should be able to see your tokens, but you probably can't see much more than that because nobody has any actual light sources.
It was the bottom right. Right?
Found it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bottom
I
right.
got it.
Oh, there we are.
You'll see yourselves in the bottom. Okay, once again, just inside, there is another huge, big couple of piles of humanoid skeletal bones that you see right as you come on the inside of the cave.
Okay,
gotta
let's
see
cast
if I can
light
get this a
on one of
little
my
closer.
studs.
There
So
we
I'm
go.
a source of light.
All right, you're going to cast what?
Light on one of the studs in my ear so that I'm a beacon for, stuff that wants to shoot at us or murder us.
So you will admit 20, 10, and all players see light. There you go. Okay. So you illuminate with a flash. As soon as you do that, coming out of the dark,
Oh, so fast.
you basically
France is a country.
see what appears to be. It's got a humanoid upper body. It definitely has bestial legs that have goatee type feet. It has two small horns poking out of its out of the top of its forehead. It has sharp, pointed fangs coming out of its mouth, and it is in the process of attempting to impale Rush with that spear.
Oof. That's not a good thing.
So literally, as you walk in, you turn, it's like, ah! And it just comes out of the dark.
Ouch.
Alright, for 5 points of damage. As soon as it does that, it yells loudly,
No.
like,
Oh, what?
What? A
This is
goat
so
that
weird.
howls?
and not like a wolf, more like just like a bellow.
Oh.
And you hear movement coming from further down the corridor.
I hope you guys are ready.
I am.
Alright.
I hope.
And I would say roll initiative, but you know what? There's really no point, because that's the end of the show for tonight.
Yay! Go people!
No wolves.
Well met. I'm Gorbad, the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, as well as the author of thedmsblog.com, where you can find lots of fun and interesting articles for both Dungeon Masters and players alike. If you'd like to keep up with the show, follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. Check out our website, www.howweroll.com, and for our past campaigns and for some fun bonus content, follow us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll. We hope to see you all again real soon. Cheers, guys.
Oh, hey, it's me, Satchmo. I play Physic here on How We Roll. Like, I got 2 more of these to take care of, so I'm gonna cut it short. But if you want to follow me anywhere, say Twitch or Twitter, it's just Satchmo, and Satchmo just about everywhere. I'm glad you joined us tonight. I hope you come back again sometime. It stinks.
Hey everybody, Shagget here. I play a character on How We Roll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. I've already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter at aneb_convos, and I'll see you guys on How We Roll.
And that's how air works. What a good story. And I also hope you enjoyed today's story on How We Roll. I'm Jane and I played. If you want to follow me on social media, I do have a Twitter and it is Jane on Twitch with a 0, not no. That's all I have to say, so peace suckers,
For
bye!
Roll the clip. Hello everyone, I play Jash Windstriker, a level 5 human fighter. And I really like playing him because he does really cool stuff all the time. And there you have it. You guys can follow me on Twitter at MattySweetTweet. And thank you so much for watching every Monday and Thursday. You guys are the best. I'm having a fantastic time on How We Roll so far, even though my character first ever got killed off. No big deal. No problem. We'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, I am the Dragon Spooker, and for you and How We Roll this time, I'm playing Rush Rinkery, the Nomian engineering sorcerer. If you don't get enough with me on the show, then you can follow me on Twitter at Dragon Spooker. You can also check out my channel, which I should be streaming more in here in the future with my new rig this year, at twitch.tv/thedragonspooker. I'll see you next episode.